Hello everyone, welcome to Just Maths. So today we will do the properties of multiplication. I hope you understand the properties of addition and properties of subtraction in whole number. So let's start today. As we have discussed already that first property which is known as closure. So in multiplication also we'll check whether this property holds or not. So what does closure means? Closure means when we multiply two whole number, the result, the product should also be a whole number. This property means when we apply or when we apply closure property, like when we multiply two whole number, the product should again a whole number. So let's check. So if I have two whole number, 2 multiplied by 3, the product is also a whole number. So closure property holds in multiplication. Now the next one, which is known as commutative. Commutative means when we interchange two whole number in any form, the product remains should be same. So like I have two whole number, and if I multiply, the product should be remain same whether the order is like A multiplied by B or B multiplied by A, but the product should be same. This property means that. So let's check whether this property holds in multiplication or not. So I have two whole number, 2 multiplied by 3, which is 6. Now I'll see if I change the order of these two whole number. 3 into 2, is it 6? Yes, this is 6. So the commutative property also holds in multiplication. Third one is associative property. What does associative property means? Associative means when we multiply 3 or more whole numbers, the product should be same, doesn't matter, we can group it any form. So this means if I multiply, I have 3 whole number, if I multiply in any group, like I can multiply B into C, the product should be A into B, C. I have grouped AB now, earlier it was BC, now AB, the product remains the, now I have grouped AC. So this property means this should be same. So let us check through one example. I am taking 1, 2, 3, a whole number, like A is 1, B is 2 and C. So I am just taking these three numbers to verify whether this property holds or not. 1 into 3 into 2. So you can see that 1 multiplies 6, which is equals to 2 into 3. I hope you understand why I have put right 6 is because we have to apply or we have to solve our bracket first. Now bracket first, 2 into 3 and 3 into 6, which means 6, 6, 6. So this property holds in multiplication. Now the fourth one, which is known as multiplicative identity of 1. So 1 as a whole number, will check what kind of a property this holds. So you must have seen that if I multiply any number with 1, like if I multiply 10 into 1, 100 into 1, 50 into 1 or 19 into 1, the number should be itself. So if I multiply any number, I am taking A. A means any whole number. Any whole number. It should be any number. If I multiply A with 1, the result should be the number itself. For example, if I multiply 89 into 1, the product should be 89 only. So now the next one is multiplicative property of 0. Like what kind of a property 0 holds in multiplication. So whenever we'll multiply any number with 0, it should be any random whole number. Whenever we'll multiply any number with 0, the product remains the same. So if I'll multiply like 15 into 0, the result should always be 0. So this is the property of 0 which holds in multiplication, because 0 has that kind of a property. Whenever we will multiply 0 with any number, the product will be 0 only. So now the the next property, which is known as the cancellation law of multiplication. Now, what does this property means? Suppose if I have two number A and B, okay, and I'll multiply A into C, which means B into C, then A should be B. I'll try to understand you through one example. This property means if I have two whole number A and B, and if A multiplied by C, she should be also whole number, then A is equals to B. For example, if I have 15 is equals to, suppose 5x, x is random here, I have to find what is x. Okay, so can I write 15 is equals to 5 multiplied by 3, and this should be same 5x. Now what is the common thing here? 5 multiplied by x. So now what is the common? C is here 5. So this is cancellation. What we'll do? We'll cancel 5. Cancellation law of multiplication. This means the cancellation. When we have the common number C, we'll cancel this number and 3 is equals to x. So the value of x is 3 here. I hope you understand. These are the properties of multiplication. Now we will do distributive property of multiplication over addition and subtraction. So please focus on that one, because this is very important. This property applies for any three whole numbers, and in this property we will apply addition and multiplication both. So I have three whole number. I'm taking x, y and z. So this property means x multiply y plus z. So this means distributive over multiplication over addition. So what will be the, how we will solve it? What we'll do? We'll do x multiply by y. This should be one bracket. Addition should be here, and x multiply by z. What I have done? First I have multiplied x with y. Then the addition is as it is. Then I will multiply x with z. So this is here. So let us understand through one example. Suppose I have one example, 5 multiplied by 3 plus 2. Okay, this is the question I have. If I want to solve it simply, what I can do? I can do it 5 multiplied. First I will solve my bracket. 3 plus 2 is 5, which means 25. But if the problem asks me solve through distributive property, then how we will solve? We will solve or 5 multiplied by 3. First 5 multiplied by 3 plus 5 multiplied by 2, as this property states. So 5 3s are 15 plus 10, which means 5 25. So the solution will be same, but the examiner or the question asks us solve through distributive or the normal way. So you just have to pay attention which method they are asking. Now we will do distributive properties of subtraction, like with multiplication. How we will do multiplication over subtraction? So let's understand. This property means if I have three whole number, so x multiplied by y minus z. This x, y and z should be whole number. Then x multiplied by y. So generally you should understand. First I am multiplying this, then I will apply this one. So minus x minus z. So let's try to understand through one example. If I have 15 multiplied 10 minus 5. Okay, if I solve it through normal way, how we will solve? First we will solve our bracket. So 15 multiplied 5, which means 75. Okay, now if I use distributive property, then how we will be solve? 15 multiplied by 10 minus 15 multiplied by 5, Okay, so this means 150, 15 fives are 75. So if I'll subtract 150 minus 75, the solution will be 75. So you can see that the result is same, but only the method is changed. So we just need to understand the what method is asking from us. Okay, what kind of a question is it and what is the easiest way to solve it. So this is the way we can solve distributive over addition or subtraction. I hope you understand the properties of multiplication. In the next part, we will do properties of division. Thank you so much guys for watching my videos.